So the next knot we're going to look at and see about how to tie that is the clove hitch. And the clove hitch is a very frequently used knot, especially where you want to attach the line to something that's round. And there are a couple of main applications of this. If you were pulling up a pipe, let's say you're dead hanging a pipe that has a curtain on it, and you have two ropes pulling it up. Well, the best way to attach the rope to the pipe in order to pull it up would be a clove hitch, because it gets a good bite on the pipe itself and holds itself well. We're going to look at the how do you tie a clove hitch around something like a pipe first, and I'm just going to use the same truss that I used before because it's a little bit easier to see it on camera if I do it that way. And I'm going to use this rigging rope, which is something that very commonly you might use in order to dead hang something, especially a pipe with a curtain on it. All right, so let's have a look. The first thing that you're going to do is that you're going to take the line and throw it over the pipe that you're going to tie, and then you want to come around one side. I always do the right side first, but it doesn't necessarily have to be the right side. If you're left-handed, you can do this the opposite, and it'll still come out the same way. But the idea is to go around one side of the standing part of the line, go around the pipe a second time, and the second time you're going to come to the opposite side. So since I started on the right side, I'm going to move over here to the left side of the pipe, and then the part of the rope that just went around, not that first loop, but the part that just went around, that's where you want to slide your rope back up under there, your line back up under there, and then you've got a clove hitch. And one of the things you'll notice about a clove hitch is that, and the reason it's called a clove hitch, is it has to do with the hooves of an animal. So an animal like a deer or a goat has a hoof that has two parts in the front, and it's said to be cloven, so that's a cloven hoof. So the way that this clove hitch goes around, you can see that it's got these two parts here, so that's why it's called by clove hitch. So we've got it like that. One thing about a clove hitch, though, is that it tends, if you keep working it around like this, it tends to slip loose after a little while. So most people, when they tie the clove hitch, they don't just tie a clove hitch, they tie an improved clove hitch, which means that we're going to take the line and bring it back around and feed it through itself like that, so it has an extra half hitch on it. Now you'll notice that I doubled that over when I put it through, so I have this doubled over part. Well, I could just as easily have made a half hitch like that, but that's much more difficult to untie. Whereas if I make my improved clove hitch by bringing this part around and feeding it through and leaving it doubled over like that, then when I go to untie it, I can just pull on this and I can easily get my clove hitch loose. It's a relative term. And easily get the clove hitch loose from the pipe.